Okay, let's go and get this started here. Rant and chill. All right. So on the stream here, I'm going to be ranting. I'm going to be chilling. We're going to be for the chilling part. We're going to be talking about Love Bites and BAND-MAID. I'm going to talk about a couple songs. With Love Bites, we talk about the song "Burden of Time." BAND-MAID, we talk about the song "Choose Me." I like both these songs. I like both these bands. Though I do prefer Love Bites over BAND-MAID. I do like both bands, and I think both fit a time and place. Like I was listening to BAND-MAID today because I wanted something a little bit more chill. I kind of like the more chill songs on the BAND-MAID side, but it is what it is. And then we also have a rant, which I'll do the rant part first, being that it's rant and chill. And that's about deepfakes. That's about deepfakes here. So, what about deepfakes? So, there's this Twitch streamer by the name of Atrioc. I know nothing about him, and that doesn't matter to me any other than I saw that he was whining. He was crying because he got caught watching a deepfake of Pokimane. Now, I know who she is. I know a lot of people know. I bet you more people know who Pokimane is than know who Atrioc is, whatever. But what I find hilarious about it is that he was crying, right, apologizing. Oh, I'm so sorry, I got caught. That's essentially what he's saying. He's crying because he got caught watching a deepfake of Pokimane. Not just watching, but, beating the meat. And this is something that he does on the regular, apparently. There's something he does on the regular, and something that he paid for. He paid for these deepfakes, okay? So his apology is actually a load of crap. Anyone who buys his apology and actually thinks it's sincere is an idiot, is a fool, because he's only sorry because he got caught. Because here's what you need to understand. If he hadn't gotten caught, he would still be doing it, okay? All right? And who's to say he's not doing it now? All right? He's just trying to, do better and, make sure he doesn't get caught again. Maybe just don't do things that you're going to have to apologize for. How about that? I mean, that would be more reasonable, right? Right? How about don't buy a deep fake of your friend streamer? How about don't do that? How about don't be a slime ball like that? And this is coming from some guy who does, I'm wearing shades and a leather jacket indoors. I look greasy. But I'm not going to buy a deep fake of one of my friends. What? Come on now. Come on. That's greasy. That's greasy stuff. And then people will buy that apology. Ooh, oh, he's a changed person. He only apologized because he got caught. He's only sorry because he has to deal with the blowback. Come on. If he was genuine, if he was an honest person, what he would say is, yeah, I did it. I did it because I wanted to, and I'll do it again. That would be an honest take, and I'd be like, he's a slime bag, he's a scumbag, but at least he's honest. But now what is happening is Atrioc is be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did it. No. You can believe you did it because you had been doing it and you would still be doing it. Who knows? You're probably still doing it now. Okay, let's be honest here. But the other thing, the deeper thing about this, it's not about Atrioc. It's not about the deep fake of Pokimane. I was listening to this take of Destiny's take on this whole thing, and I found it kind of interesting. I found it interesting that it takes an hour to explain why and how deepfakes are messed up and wrong. It goes on this philosophical rant about why deepfakes are bad and what why it's upsetting to us. And it's like, bro, it doesn't take an hour to explain it. You don't have to go on this deep philosophical rant about what identity is. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that at all. All you have to do is say you're using someone's likeness without their consent. Boom, done. That's what. Oh, because it challenges identity. Well, yeah, because you're using someone's likeness without their consent. Yeah. You're impersonating them beyond. It doesn't matter. It's very similar to if you were to put someone in a fan fiction or, I guess in use their likeness. Use their likeness any sort of way. If I were to put an image of Mr. Beast here, put an image of Mr. Beast on the screen, and have him hang out, pretend like he's hanging out with me. And then we're watching Love Bites and BAND-MAID together, Like that would be wrong because I'm using his like I mean be like oh that's a parody just joking around whatever, but it still would be wrong because it's still using it without his consent. And if he had a problem with it, well then he can do a lot, right? There's a lot that can be done in I guess in reaction to that. So yeah, it's wrong. You're using someone's likeness without their consent, and you with that likeness you're putting them in things that they would not consent to. And that's all you need. That's all you need there. You don't have to go on this hour-long deep dive about like what identity is. Okay. You don't have to do that. When I was listening to the stream, listening to Destiny Debate, I was like, go through that. I was like, what is going on here? Why do I feel like I'm in Philosophy 101? Why do I feel like I'm getting a philosophy lecture about what identity is? We don't have to do that. Okay, that doesn't even have to come up in court about this thing. Like a Pokimane wants to sue the whoever created it, which she should. There's some other Twitch woman who wants to, challenge these people. They should. All they have to do is say, "You used my identity. You used my likeness without my consent." What is this? It's illegal. It's wrong. That's all you need. Boom, done. How's it going? How's it going, guys? I have a 5-star day, bro. 5-star day. Oh, that's a Ethan Ralph reference there. 5-star day. I haven't heard a reference. I haven't heard about. Well, that's drama I used to cover, and I think I know what they're talking about. I think I know what's going on there, but that's someone who's not really relevant anymore. So who cares? Who really cares? I'd much rather spend my time talking about deepfakes and then also about, I guess, BAND-MAID and LOVEBITES here, which we'll get into in a little bit. So that's all I really needed to say. But I mean, it's a short rant, very short rant, because there's not really much to say there other than it's been a long time. Maybe overanalyzing the situation here. I mean, it's like I said, it's interesting because they've reached a conclusion with that. You didn't need to spend an hour doing that. Okay. Okay. With that said, let's go and chill here and talk about, you know what? Let's start with BAND-MAID first. Let's start with BAND-MAID first because some people think I'm not a BAND-MAID fan, which I am a BAND-MAID fan. The course, I guess, if you want to go in the order of like J metal bands, Japanese metal bands that I got into, there's a couple of bands that I vaguely remember back when I used to watch anime quite a bit, and like one of them was Dern Gray, another one is like Exist Trace or something like that, but I don't really remember them too much. Okay, so I don't really count. It's been a long time, but recently, well, we say recently within recent decade, it's been in this order: Baby Metal, BAND-MAID, LOVEBITES. Then I want to say Audius, Nemophila. Well, before that, there was actually Gotrek Spin. So what I'm saying is BAND-MAID is one of them. BAND-MAID is one of them. Okay. All right. So let's start with that. So I want to talk about BAND-MAID Choose Me. Now this song is one of my favorite songs of theirs. There's a lot of songs that are my favorites, but this is definitely one of them. This song was released in 2017, I believe. It was released as a single with Daydreaming, which is another really fantastic song. In fact, some will say, you know what, I'll say Daydreaming is better than Choose Me in the way it's structured, but it's also a different type of song. I really like Daydreaming. That is a really good song. It also has Play as a B-side, which Play is another good song. Like, 3 good songs right here. 3 really good songs. I like them all. But I'm going to start with Choose Me here. And I'll say, if you're going to listen to this, if you haven't already, the studio version's fine, but the live version is better. It's just my preference. The live version and just about, I think I'd say that with LOVEBITES, Baby Metal, and BAND-MAID. The live version is usually better. I haven't found a situation where the live version is not better. If that situation does occur, it's probably because the recording quality of the audio. Anyway, Well, and also for BAND-MAID, we definitely need a live album. I don't, as far as I am aware, there's not a live album, yet, which that should change. LOVEBITES has their live album. BAND-MAID has their Baby Metal has their live album. BAND-MAID needs a live album, so that way you can have that rich sound on Spotify or YouTube Music. The way you can have it there. I'd just be good. I don't think I'm a minority there. I think a lot of people would agree there. So about the song a little bit of history here. So the guitars, Tona, she composed this song here. And she gave a demo. I believe it went like this. She gave a demo to Saki, right? And just so she could think of, what the song is going to be about and all that stuff. And she was listening to it and she was like, I think love comes to mind. What is love comes to mind? Which, the other members thought that was interesting because, she had said beforehand that she didn't want to sing about love songs really. And that brings into mind here, bears the question, is this a love song? Is Choose Me really a love song? Or is it, well, let's explore that. I mean, the song, Choose Me, it opens up with a chorus. It opens up with, the first thing you hear, lyric-wise, will become the chorus. It starts off saying that, love's an invisible fantasy. And these are translated from, these are the closed caption from the live video, from the video itself. You could translate the lyrics on some other site, but this is what is coming from them. This is what I believe, what they're trying to say here. And it starts off with, love's an invisible fantasy. If you really love, expose all you have. I love engrave on your breast. Submit myself, never, ever. So you take a look at that. One could look at that and be like, okay, this might be an anti-love song. Could be an ironic love song. The chorus might lead one to think that maybe, with the submit myself, never, ever. What does that mean? Like submit as in like, submit myself to love, like to participate in love, or to be tapping out and to submit that way, like to give up. I think it means giving up. I think she's trying to say give up, never ever, like because the rest of the song, it's very much a love song, if you will, but it's like from the perspective of someone who will not let you go, from someone who's going to destroy you. I don't know. It does not seem like a really good relationship here, okay? In fact, if anything, the way it's sung, the way the melody in the background, which is really good, very fitting for these lyrics, it really comes off like you are in the midst of an argument, and Psyche is singing as, the other half in the argument, who's just going off about how, you say you love me, you don't really love me. Really, really show me in various ways. And we're going to get into that here. And I could be wrong, but if you look at the lyrics, that's what I see. Lines like, so I'm selfish, just kneel down. So I'm selfish, just kneel down. Kneel down, what do you mean? Psyche, what do we mean, kneel down? Like, why is she telling the person to kneel down? And then followed with, hey, my boy, just your embrace, not enough for my desire. Just excuses. If you want me to love you, you make me. So let me get this straight. Put this all together. I'm selfish. Just kneel down. Kneel down. So she's asking the man to get on his knees to do what? I can only think of one thing. Okay. Listen to me. Hey, my boy. Your embrace is not enough for my desire. Just excuses. You can say all you want about how you love me. Show me. Make me love you, is what she's telling him. You want to love me? You want me to love you? Make me. This song does have a lot of hints at bedroom activities here. For real. Like, how about this? Excite me. I want to play some more. What do you mean that's not an innuendo? That's an innuendo there. Excite me. I want to play some more. Give it to me Give me more until I sleep. I want your attention. If that's not bedroom activity, I don't know what is. Like, come on now, come on. Clearly, that's what's going on here. Clearly, Psyche. I'm gonna say it right. I'll just say Saki. I mean, with that Saiki, it's like I want to put the A and I together, but I'll just say Saki for the cases. I know my perspective. She's singing as a temptress. The character she's singing as, I don't know. It just comes off as a temptress of some sort. It's like, you want me to love you? You got to earn it. You got to show me everything you got. Prove it. I mean, lines like, oh, you notice too late. You always notice too late. All right, then. If you want my forgiveness, don't tell me you're sorry. If you're not ready for it, then let's just say goodbye. So don't even bother telling her that you're sorry because like you noticed way too late. You didn't know that she was into you. Wait until way later. Don't even apologize. Show her. Wow. Well, clearly, and then so, I mean, good God, this song is about being in a relationship with a hot woman that wants you all for herself. And that she demands you to satisfy her. That's what's going on here. And could you handle that proposition? Could you handle that with Saki? Could you handle that? I mean, it's a situation where it doesn't sound like her partner could slack at any. And if he did, he would get an earful and be accused of not really loving her. Imagine having to perform 100% of the time, all the time. That's a lot. Okay, sometimes you just want an easy day. Okay, sometimes you just 5 minutes is enough. Okay, I don't need that wait period to go again. Okay, all right. Sometimes you got to get up early the next day. Okay, sometimes you don't need to do everything. All right. Yep. These lyrics, this song, it actually kind of reminds me. I'm gonna get into like literature here. It kind of reminds me of the Odyssey. It reminds me of the story of Odysseus and Calypso. Where in that, if you remember that, I know it's such an old story, but if you remember that, it's soon after he landed on the island, I forget the name of the island, but Odysseus was taken in as a hostage by Calypso, and it was like a love hostage because she fell in love with him, and it's been 7 years on that island. If you're going to tell me in those 7 years it wasn't like a love-slave relationship, you can't convince me otherwise. That's what I believe was happening. He had no choice but to be her husband and to go through the motions. Otherwise, she could kill him right away. She's a goddess. I mean, she's. I mean, I'm guessing she has a lot of power and could smite him at any time. So. He would constantly have to perform at the level that would please a goddess, which would be hell. I mean, it sounds like it would be great for maybe the first couple of times, but then it would be hell. That's how I always view that story. So this song kind of exploring the lyrics, and this is the first time I actually really have done this, and it really kind of takes me there. So that's what I got from BAND-MAID Choose Me. It's a really good song. I highly recommend that song. It's really good. It's really good. Another one we're going to explore later on will be Daydreaming. It's off the same it was released on the same single. Daydreaming, I believe Psyche was winning more of a ballad, but it's interesting. It's a little interesting there how that song came to be. All right. So now we'll move into LOVEBITES Burden of Time. LOVEBITES Burden of Time, which was released on their first studio album, Awakening from Abyss. I always want to say Awakening from the Abyss, but it's Awaken from Abyss. You gotta get that right. Gotta get that right. I'm gonna relight this cigar here. All right. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this song is one of my favorites. This song is really, really good. And looking into an interview from 2017, it's not just my favorite. It's also Midori's favorite, too. It's one of Midori's favorite songs on the album. And it's also Miho's favorite. In fact, Miho, when she wrote this song, and this is, I guess you could say, a Miho song, though when we say it's a Miho song, it doesn't mean she wrote everything. In fact, if anything, she kind of reveals that here. In the interview, she explained that she wrote this song wanting it to be kind of like an accept song. Except you know that band, Balls to the Wall. Balls to the Wall. They sung that song. That song's great. You know that song. Everyone knows that song. Except as like old school, leather clad, take no crap metal. Old school rock, you might say, or hard rock. And I could see the similarities a little bit with Bird of Time. Kind of. It's kind of there. I mean, the guitar has a nice shuffle to it. Has a lot of nice bends and stuff. It's really nice. But the chorus is where it really pops off. There's a really popping chorus there. But the reason why I say that when we say it's a Miho song, it doesn't mean she wrote everything on it. Is because while she was working on this song, Mao wanted to change up some things, change up the bass line a little bit. And Miho had said that the bass line is probably one of the more complicated that she had played up until that time. So on that album, Awakening from Abyss, Burden of Time would have been the more complicated one for her. So that's kind of interesting. And really, when I look at the song, this is the one. This is the one where in the studio, so you could watch the music video where it's like a studio. It's like a live studio, and you could see when you watch them perform it live, you'll see this as well. Where Miyako, this is the one where Miyako will not only play guitar, not only play keyboard, but will do it at the same time. There's a part after the solos where she will play the keyboard and the guitar at the same time. I believe it's after the solos. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But the solos, too, are absolutely amazing, which the solo work on this is really fantastic. You got Miyako starting it off. It sounds all slick and nice, making her guitar cry. And then you got Midori coming in, which I never really noticed until really going into the interviews here, that Midori on the solos is like her thing that she really contributes to the band is that she's a lot faster than Miyako. I never really noticed that. I never really paid that much attention. I guess I was wowed by both and never really compared it side by side. But like Miyako even claimed herself that she's not very fast when it comes to solo stuff. You know, the pick action, all that. Midori's a much faster guitar player than she is. But she's coming in. Midori is with this nice sounding solo that sounds like something from like Megadeth, like Last Rites or Rust in Peace. Megadeth, that sort of tone there. It sounds really good. You'll hear it. When you listen to it, when she comes in, you'll be like, oh man, that sounds sick. That sounds real sick. But it's a really good song. Like I said, pop and chorus, though, that's the thing that really stands out in this song. The chorus is sort of like sing-along energy. It's one of the few songs that LOVEBITES has where everyone's singing along in the chorus and kind of encourages the fans and the audience to sing along with them. That was the intent. That's what Miho wanted from this song from the get-go. Her only thing was like, man, the bass is so complicated for her to really, sing along with it, I suppose. But anyway. So what is this song about? What is Burden of Time, Awaken from, about? Well, let's take a look at that there. Let's take a look. So this was kind of interesting. So if you look at the lyrics, I'm not going to go with line by line, but on the surface, you could say Burden of Time is about really just realizing you don't have a lot of time in your life, and you got to live your best life with the time that you have. That's it in a nutshell. That's it, boiled all the way down to just the bare essentials, okay? But there's some interesting lines here. For example, so the chorus says, time is fair to everyone. Don't waste your life. All right, that's kind of like the sing-along part. Time and tide wait for no one. Don't ever be afraid to die young and live fast. So let's break that down. Time is fair to everyone. Now, that's kind of true, isn't it? It's really true. I mean, time is the one variable we cannot change. I mean, no matter how rich you are, no matter how many resources you have, you can't change the fact that your time is going to be affecting you. We're all going to age. We're all going to get old. We're all going to die. Okay? Or we're all going to feel the impact of aging, I should say. We're all slowly getting closer, marching to our graves with every breath we take. Every minute that goes by, we are getting older. All of us. You can fake it with all the plastic surgery. You can inject stuff into your lips, but you're still getting older. That is it. That is it. And that's fair because it happens to everybody. Happens to everything. It is it. So with that realization, don't waste your life. Time and tide wait for no one. Don't ever be afraid to die young and live fast. Someone this is definitely leather-clad Motorhead sort of stuff. Like, this is like that sort of motto to live by. Don't be afraid to die young and live fast. Alrighty. You know, but then there's lines like this. He goes, starless nights with every passing day. I'm swinging life away. An empty glass is falling down again. What's happening in my life? So a lot of drinking. A lot of drinking is being had here. Okay, just tossing back the bottles, dropping them down, you know. And not liking what she's doing with her life. Then it's followed with, the bloodstains remain. Flames will ignite. Searching for the light. Okay. So blood, someone got hurt, something happened there. We don't know if she got hurt. We don't know if there's some sort of violence inflicted on her, inflicted on somebody else, maybe somebody around them. A lot of drinking, violence near her. Flames will ignite, setting a building on fire, maybe setting something on fire. Maybe, I mean, what is the flame being used to ignite? What's going on? And searching for the light. That line could be like with darkness around her. She's trying to find, light there. The light could be used for that, for hope. So if you combine that with that chorus there, don't ever be afraid to die young and live fast. They kind of clash there, right? Some lines seem like a realization of, wait, what am I doing with my life? I need to change things. I'm just drinking and getting into brawls, and I'm maybe using a lighter to light up heroin. I don't I'm going far there. But, there's a lot of mistakes I'm making here. Maybe I need to change things. But then it goes, but time is fair to everyone. Time and tide wait for no one. Don't ever be afraid to don't be afraid to die young and live fast. So, what is it? Or is it just kind of go with the motions? And you know what? You might have those thoughts. You might have those thoughts of, what am I doing with your life? But, bury them deep inside and just go fast. Is that what's going on here? Is that what burden of time is? Oh, man. I don't know. Let's see. I'm standing here still fighting it. One day I must change. So there is a message of change in these lyrics. Message of change, knowing there's a little time, but you gotta live your life fast and not be afraid to die. Live your life to your potential, but do it fast. But also change too, because you don't want to be a slop. You don't want to waste your life away drinking and knocking up all sorts of women and escaping to Mexico. That's Ethan Ralph stuff. You know who he is. Interesting stuff. I think there's a lot more going on in the song that you can dive into. It can be kind of conflicting depending on how you can look at it. But maybe that was it. Maybe don't be afraid to live your life. Understand you only have so much time. You can't wait for time. Okay? You got to use the time that you have, but also be ready to make the changes that you need to live your best life. And you're racing against the clock. That's what I think is going on here. That's what I think. See, the harsh vocals and Nimbophila turn you off a bit. I have a friend who loves harsh vocals, though. Put him onto Nimbophila, now he can't stop this. Hey, good job, Leon. Good job. Dude, I might sound like a shill in that I say I love them all, okay? And I do. But I feel like, I'm almost 40, and I feel like that my taste of music has changed a bit to where I'm a little bit more open-minded. And, like, I could... Sometimes when I listen to Nimbophila, I could see how the banshee kind of sound can be kind of harsh. But then, at the same time, it's very fitting. Like, for example, the song, like, Revive, when it starts off, it's just all screaming, like... it sounds... It could be... If I listen to Nimbophila with the wrong person in the car, like my wife, it'd be like, what's going on? Like, she doesn't like that. It's like, okay, all right. But the part where she starts singing, it's like, oh, okay, that's much better. Like, why doesn't she just do that? It's all of it. It's all of it together. They have that attitude, and they have that the niceness, the fluff. That's part of the package. All right. Oh, that's pretty much it. So we did talk about LOVEBITES, Burden of Time, and BAND-MAID Choose Me. We did that. I did a brief rant about the deepfake thing. I just find that... I guess to recap on that, I find it... Okay, let me just recap that. So this guy named Atrioc, the streamer, the Twitch streamer, got caught because he was looking at a deepfake of Pokimane. Several times, by the way. Jerking off to it several times, which he was doing on the regular, apparently. And he paid for that content, by the way. And he was crying about it. Ooh, I got caught. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Which, it was sad and pathetic. And it's even sadder and more pathetic that people, like, bought it and accepted it. Like at face value. Like, are you kidding me? The guy's only apologizing because he got caught. His hand was in a cookie jar. He got caught. And he was like, oh. He knew what he was doing was messed up. He knew what he was doing was flat out messed up. Okay? But it didn't stop him from doing it. It didn't stop him from buying it. Okay? And you know what? He's probably going to do it again. So, and he hadn't got caught. He'd be doing it again right now. 100%. But that's funny. And I find that to be humorous to me. I really do. That people would just, like I said, for two reasons. One, that he did it. The second thing, that people would accept his apology. How about don't do things that he has to apologize for? How about that? But the thing that I find even funnier about it is that Destiny spent an hour to go on this big, deep, philosophical talk about what is identity? What is identity really? Why is it when we see a deep fake that it really bothers us? What is it about a deep fake that makes it wrong? It's because you're using someone's likeness without their consent and putting their image on something, on a scene that's not even what they did. Okay? You're pretty much forcing them into situations that they have never been in. Okay? That's what you're doing. Okay? It is wrong. Flat out wrong. Anyway. So that kind of recaps, kind of caps up this stream. About done here. But, maybe I'll make these things more regular, especially on the announce, that more people come in the moment. I know usually people come in after the fact, which is fine. You know, I tell you what, you come in after the fact, you let me know what time slot works better for you, because that's what I see. That's what I notice with these rant and chill streams, that it seems like after I might need to find a better time slot. If it's possible. Anyway. With that said, man, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. And stay safe out there.